Hello everybody. Here today I have a video over the power steering pump swap from a 4.7 WJ years 2001 to 2004 and swapping it into your XJ 4.0. Here today I'm just going to show you the simple things that you have to do to swap this power steering pump. The reasoning for this swap is the 4.7 runs a hydraulic cooling fan off their power steering pump, and in turn, to compensate, of course, to make sure that your power steering is good along with this hydraulic cooling fan, they made the volume this pump pumps out much larger than our XJ 4.0s. They run very familiar, they run a lot the same. There's just a few small things that you have to do to make this WJ 4.7 power steering pump to make it work on your 4.0, and it's just, and here it is. You have to, the main thing that you have to do here is you have to swap this high pressure fitting. It'll be right here, right next to what will be your reservoir. I do suggest buying this with the reservoir. Your 4.0 reservoir will not fit this 4.7 power steering pump. So highly suggest buying the reservoir. If not, get it from the junkyard. You can get one from the junkyard with the reservoir and the power steering pump for probably about half the price, if not less. And that probably will work on your 4.0, but I just wanted to buy it remanufactured to make sure everything runs well. We'll buy one basically new. It is remanufactured, but yeah, you guys get what I'm saying. So I do suggest buying it with the reservoir. With your 4.0, this high pressure fitting also comes out. I have these hand tightened, but they're not super tight. This comes out with the 22 millimeter XJ1. The WJ comes out with a 1-inch socket. So these actually have the same threading and everything for you. I know you guys can't see it very well, but they do go right into each other very smoothly. I believe they have the same amount of threads and everything. So all you have to do is install this XJ high pressure fitting into your WJ pump. That is done right there. I suggest putting this down a lot tighter, of course. And there's O-rings inside of this. It is suggested that you replace the O-ring, but they're probably fine if they don't leak. But just for safe measure, probably want to change that O-ring. The next thing that you have to do is you have to change your pulleys. This pulley is not the same size as your 4.0, so that will need to be swapped to make everything be smooth. Then on the back of this reservoir, I understand this is the 4.0, but my 4.7 liter reservoir is out in the garage right now. But what you're gonna have is you're gonna be basically having what I'm going to call this a nipple. You're gonna have one of these in the back in your 4.7 reservoir. All I used was a vacuum cap, rubber vacuum cap, and I put a hose clamp on it. That is I believe that will hold up. Just make sure that your hose clamp is down, but not too tight, so you don't break this fitting. Then you're gonna have one down here, and this is also gonna have like this weird, like, I don't know how to explain it. It's almost like a giant plastic cap. Then it's gonna have a reservoir, well, a nipple down here at the bottom. It's actually a half-inch nipple. So you're going to have to run some half-inch, what I would suggest is like fuel line. Just get like 6 inches of that if you can. Nothing too crazy. So just be able to fit this over. What I'm using to connect this to what is your XJ line is I'm just using a 3/8 coupling and make sure I tighten down those hose clamps a very decent amount. Just pop it into that fuel line and pop it into your power steering pump line and just hose clamp them down, and it should work perfectly fine. And then that's really it. It's complete bolt-on. You don't have to change your mounts or anything. They do have the same holes, which I'll show you. So you have these 3 holes. There's basically ones that are 180 to each other, maybe a little bit offset. Then you have this one that's 890, which is the upper one. And this is very same with this one. They have the same lines. It almost seems like you can use that reservoir, but well, the 4.0 reservoir, but you can't. There's a little fitting inside of this here, which this manufactured pump, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do about it, but you do have to put a little fitting inside of here that is between the pump and the reservoir, and that's what connects the two and makes sure nothing leaks. And from there, that's really it. This swap is very simple. Don't overcomplicate it too much. The biggest issue is if you're buying this new or remanufactured, this pump is much more expensive than your XJ pump. Of course, because it's a better pump. It's a higher volume pump. So, yeah. So that's all I've got for you guys today. It's a very great swap to make sure that your 33s, 35s, 37s, whatever you are running, they run very smoothly on your vehicle. Of course, this won't compensate for death wobble. It won't do anything against that. It's not going to prevent bump steer or anything along those lines. It just simply makes it so that your your tires, your larger tires, can be turned much easier. So that's all there is, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Drop a like, comment if you guys have any questions, and let me know. I'll see you guys next time.